And welcome back to Inner Pop Podcast. Wah, 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 wah. I'm
That was new. I like that one. That was good.
gonna get everybody pumped up. Wake everybody up. Because I bet it's late. Listen, I know y'all are trying to sleep. Don't be a grandpa. Wake up. Wake up. It's time for the cast.
Dead. No, it's
That's right. You can sleep when you're dead.
That's right. It'd be uninterrupted sleep, damn it.
You can sleep in the dirt. Get your ass moving.
Oh no.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sorry, yes, sir. Or if you're working, then, you know, good on you. Keep at it.
Those billionaires aren't going to pay themselves. Hop
That's
to it.
right.
Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. Again, sir. Yes, sir.
And now that we're all sufficiently awake, I hope, let me pass this off to Ink. Ink, what are we doing this week?
Yes, this week, I get to yap at you guys. And I'm really excited to do it, so hopefully you don't get too sick of me, because we're going to talk about probably one of my like top three favorite bands in the world, Xdinary Heroes. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, I mean, like, some of my, I think, even favorite vocalists, just period, are in this group, so I'm so excited to bring it to you guys. Now, they're getting to be a lot more well known. Like, I think they were a group that everybody kind of knew, a band that everybody kind of like knew, even if they didn't really know the songs, just because they are under like a sub label of JYP. So, you know, that's the Stray Kids. And
They're well marketed.
Right. That's the Stray Kids peoples, which I bring Stray Kids up specifically just because they've done a lot of listening to Xdinary Heroes songs. Chan played them a couple times in Chan's room when that was still a thing, so people kind of know them from that. And because they lived in the same dorm as Stray Kids after they moved out, so it's kind of a like big deal there, which is a funny story though, just briefly, because like, if you know anything about Stray Kids in that dorm, there was the curtain that was really famous. Do you know about this? Mm-hmm. Yes. The curtain that was really famous because it was just never correct. And then when they moved out, right, after the like 3 years or whatever they lived there, Chan finally like fixed it and recorded himself fixing the curtain, right, when they left. Just for Xdinary Heroes to move in and then use it as a tablecloth.
Oops. And to each their own, I suppose.
You know, you do what you gotta do. So, stays and yeah, like there's overlap. So all of these are things to say that like, even if you don't know them, you've probably seen them around for things like this, being in like Chan's room or the tablecloth and stuff like that. But we're gonna do just a run through of them, like a little breakdown as we do sometimes. Starting with the basic information, guys. They are a 6-member rock band, and they are a rock band, and they want to be a rock band, not like a Korean rock band. They want to be a rock band. They want to be just like the best rock band, which I love, because I love the idea that like we're just dedicated to the genre versus the what's the word I'm looking for? The industry there, you know what I mean?
Right. And something I did see that I thought was really cool that I think speaks kind of to how much they like rock as a genre, or well, love it, frankly, was
Yeah.
I saw where they did a cover of Welcome to the Black Parade.
Yes.
It was so good. I just
So
happened
good.
across that today when I was listening because I was listening through YouTube Music and it brought up like recommended video. I was like, whoa, whoa, okay. It was great.
Yes. It's so good. And they do covers from just like all over randomly. They were on a I don't even know what it was. Maybe it was like a show or a interview or something or other or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. I didn't pay much attention to it. But they did a cover of I don't know how to pronounce the group's name because I don't really pay them much attention, but there were like a couple of their
Mm.
songs that were everywhere for a minute. The like Italian group.
Oh, Monoskin,
That one,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
They did a cover of their big song, the I Want to Be Your Slave.
Yeah.
And it was two of the six members who did it. Their live vocals get me every time. They're just so good.
Nice.
So good.
Nice.
Which I can attest to because I have actually seen them live, guys. This is a group that I have seen, and I got VIP tickets, so I got to like do the little hi bye deal with them and go past and wave and all the things. So they were pretty cool. Again, all of that to say though, live vocals, 10 out of 10. You know, sometimes bands, groups, like when they do their performances, it's not the same. Not bad per se, although some artists are, but that's a different story. But like, it's just different. They sound nearly exactly the same as they do in recordings, to me personally, to my ear. But I had you test this theory by sending you a video of their sort of a live cover of Xmas, and then saying, "Hey,
Right.
check out the recording. What did you think?"
Yeah. No, that was like, yeah. There. That was like spot on. Nailed it. Beautiful. 100%. 10 out of 10. I was like, okay. Okay. I see the power. I see the image. I like this.
Sound exactly the same, which is just impressive. Especially, I feel like when you're dealing with rock as a genre, just because sometimes those notes and the sounds you're making can just be
Hmm.
hard to hit day in and day out, especially when you've been doing it for a long time, because it can just, I feel like, be rough on your voice. Same way I imagine,
Hmm.
like, when you're doing the really high notes on end, you know, over and over for years, it just, like, can ruin it. But
Right.
they sound amazing still. And which brings me to the point, though, they've been doing this since 2021. They debuted December 6th, 2021, with their single Happy Death Day, which also just makes me happy because what a great first song for a rock band.
It could not be more on brand.
Could not be more on brand, especially for them, which we didn't really know back then, but like, could not be more on brand. And fun fact, though, it actually, what I saw was it was like number 12 on the Billboard like world digital song sales, like when it came out. So like it came out and did good
Right.
as it should, but I digress. They were from the start pretty good, and they've won, I want to say like roughly 9 awards and nominated for like an additional 7 or so. I didn't do the math and count them all out because I'm just not about that life, but rough estimates. Some of them were like for, you know, new artists and debut, like whatever it was. So they were getting recognized as soon as they came out. And some of these awards, these wins, I'm talking like, you know, they have Mamas and the Soul Music Awards. So like they're not just little random things, you know what I mean?
Right. Right. It's
They
big
definitely,
stuff.
yeah, hit the ground running for sure, which is impressive. But what do I know? I'm just here listening to the music.
I think everyone thinks it's impressive. I think that's why they won the
All right.
awards.
I agree. You make a good point. So, Xdinary Heroes stands for Extraordinary Heroes, in case you couldn't put two and two together. Their whole sort of concept with it is, you know, anyone can be heroes. We're all heroes is the vibe there. And the fans are called villains, which is kind of drawing on this like inner connectivity deal where heroes can't exist without villains and vice versa. which is just a concept that makes my heart really happy. Especially for a rock band, like that just feels appropriate. I don't know. Like if you're gonna do it in the K-pop genre and do the things, I like the idea of that concept.
I do
Because
too. Yeah.
you're still like, I don't know, pushing this nice little message with it. I like it. I don't know. Anyways, so they had their first world tour, Break the Break, in 2023. So we're talking like just a couple years after they debuted. They were already out and about doing the things, which I love that for them. And of course, Break the Break is also simultaneously one of the songs. Excellent song. And then the Beautiful Mind tour, which was in 2025, that is the one that I got to go and see, which was one of the albums. Breakdown of the group members, because, what would the band be without the band members? Nothing.
Exactly. What would it be without his members?
Exactly. So, like I said, we've got 6 members in no particular order. You've got Kaon, Ode, Juyeon, Jungsu, Gunil. I'm like counting on my hands. I think that's everyone. Junhan. I think I left Junhan out. Sorry, boy. My bad. This is what happens when I do it in no order, guys.
You won't take it personally.
It's fine. And just so everyone is also on the same page, there's a lot of I hope at this point everyone kind of knows how to pronounce it, but just in case you don't, I'm going to tell you now, guys. Ode. It is pronounced Ode. People
Like
get
ode to
confused.
joy.
Yes, people get confused because it has the period in it. It's like the O.de. It's just Ode.
Like music. Like an ode. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And he said it before. I think
Which
there's
I'm
still
glad you clarified,
confusion.
because I would have said, oh, duh.
Yes. There have been
You mean something, man.
they're really funny to me because there are like TikToks and stuff, or videos on Instagram or whatever of like people making jokes with it, like pronouncing it different ways and stuff, and it cracks me up every time I see them because it's like oh duh or OD, like people, I don't know, people are fun with it.
Oda would be unfortunate though,
Oda
because
would
it
be.
kind of sounds like a British person saying odor, and
Yes.
Oda.
Oda. Yeah. Would not be
Unfortunate.
good.
No.
Or also
That ain't
like
it.
oh duh, like DUH.
Oh, duh.
Also not
yeah.
good.
Also not great.
Neither option, great. But now we're all on the same page and you know how to pronounce it. I hope you're proud of yourselves. Although his real name, for anyone wondering, is Sungmin, so you'll see people refer to him as just Sungmin as well. That's him. Yes, Sungmin, like Stray Kids, same name, spelling, all the things.
Same name, different dude.
Different man entirely, look not a singular bit alike, and different personalities, all the different things. You couldn't confuse them if you tried, so don't worry, just same name. And I guess maybe we'll just go in order of age, I guess, and just go straight on down, and I'll give you a few little fun facts and break things down about everybody.
All right.
Yes. Starting with our fearless leader, Gun-il, who is also the drummer. Now, I have, just so all of you guys are on the same page, sent over some core videos for all of the members, because it's necessary when you are doing the introductions. How do we feel about the drummer? Mood.
Yeah, no, that about sums it up.
Sum
No,
it
because like all of those videos were like it's showing like their different personalities and everything, right? But also like it's all very funny clips, and so I kind of just sat there and cackled.
The whole time.
the whole time. Um, but his was no, was his the first one? No, his
It
wasn't
was
the
the
first
first
one you
one.
said. It was
Yes.
the first one. Okay, yeah. No, that one had me cackling in a very special way.
I love that.
Because they were all very funny clips, but each of them, it was like different forms of funny.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They all have
Entirely
very,
different.
some of them very exuberant personalities.
Yes. They are, on the whole, by and by, just all of them, the most unserious group of men.
Which is very important.
Very important. And I don't know if part of that is just because, they're not idols per se. And so they don't necessarily, like, worry about image. Like, it gives off slightly, like, older K-pop gens, like before we worried about the internet image, the internet
Right,
footprint,
right. Which I
because
love
they
a
just,
less serious environment.
yes, yes, they just
I
have a
like
good
getting to
time.
see, right, and also getting to see more of like someone's actual personality versus like this fake picture that we're now painting, which is
Exactly.
fine, but
Yep.
yeah,
But
anyway,
it's
that's a
different.
rabbit hole.
It's a whole rabbit hole to go down, and it's just different. But that I won't necessarily ask for every member, but feel free to like throw stuff in if you recall something about them. But I just wanted to ask initially because yeah, like they're all different levels of unhinged, but unhinged nonetheless.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly how I felt.
Yes. So Gunil is interesting to me because he actually studied at Berklee's College of Music. Yes, Berkeley here in the United States and California, and I think just was like a drumming dude there as well, right? So like this was a thing that he has been doing, right? Like he started playing drums at 15. And I think what he said about it was, because he was born and raised in Korea or South Korea, I want to say until middle school sometime. I didn't do much digging on him because, well, not him specifically, them. Because I feel weird doing research like that. Like, I'm not trying to get everybody's life story. But I picked little bits and pieces, right? And the thing that was interesting to me was that the gist I got was him being in this, sort of new country, new environment, and not necessarily having maybe the language skills quite yet. Drumming and music was how he was kind of connecting with the world around him. And I thought that was what's a good word for it? I don't know. Not like inspiring is not the word I want, but fascinating maybe that music is such
Fascinating
a
could work.
universal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he like I said, he studied in Berkeley and was part of their like K-pop project band. He was the drummer for that as well, which made me laugh because I don't know exactly what a K-pop band is, but I feel like I need to go do some digging and maybe it's a new genre. I don't know. But I found also liked Muse as a kid, the band Muse, which
Ah,
checked out a
excellent
little bit.
choice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I see it.
Wonderful taste.
Wonderful taste, wonderful taste. And so that was kind of his vibe as a kid. But then I think maybe more recently he's into like the synth pop genre deal, which I don't know exactly what that means, but is also kind of interesting because I feel like for a drummer, maybe that would strike a certain chord. I don't know. Like it kind of
And
checks
I
out to
feel
me.
like, right. And I feel like synth pop, I also feel like that's becoming it's a rather large
Yeah.
thing right now. A lot of
I
people are very into that.
I feel like I've seen it more and more
Yeah.
lately. And I don't know if that's just because I'm going down more music rabbit holes than I have previously, but like it does seem to be kind of everywhere.
I think it's almost a part of like the industry at the moment.
Yeah. That's true too. It does seem to be kind of interconnecting a little bit, which we'll see how that affects the music. I think it'll be interesting to follow that evolution with newer projects when they come out. But we'll see. We'll see.
Until it changes again.
Exactly, until it changes again. And of course, initially he was not a vocalist. I think even when he like did his audition, and it's been a minute since I heard this factoid, so somebody like correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all know what happens sometimes. But I think like JYP himself said during, like when he got, I don't know if it was before, during, or after, you know, the audition process and all the things, but kind of told him to lean into more of like a speaking quality with the singing, just because he had a good voice. And I feel like that's kind of reflected in his pieces in some of the songs, because you can hear that and it's excellent. I do love his vocals.
Yeah.
But you can,
that was
you
a
can
good,
hear.
it's a good call, Mr. YP.
It was a good call, especially when he doesn't always have great calls. No offense, sir, but like they weren't all the best calls. That one was good. That one was good. And last factoid, he had a YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Had a YouTube channel, which brings us to our next member, Jungsu. Nope, sorry, kidding. Next member. Yeah, let's do Gaon next, because Gaon was actually a subscriber to the YouTube channel before the band was a thing. And so I think he'd said at one point that it was like meeting a celebrity for him, because it was like, like when he found out he was going to be in the band, he was like, oh my God, like, you know, fanboy moment.
It's like, imagine getting into a band with Markiplier.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, wait a second. And I can't imagine how that would feel to like get in and do the things, and you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna be in a, yeah, anyways. So Kahan, he is rhythm guitar, he's a rapper, he's a vocalist, one of the sort of main vocalists, which they kind of are all vocals, but like there are several like big heavy hitters as far as consistency is not the word, maybe like length of time in, I don't know the words I'm looking for right now, but sort of one of the three, I think, just bigger voices that you'll hear in the songs. Like the other members that initially didn't do as much singing have now been doing more. So like initially in some of the older stuff, Colin's one of the ones that you'll hear having more, if that makes sense.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, right. He can also play electric guitar, which is a fun fact, because that seems like just a thing most of the people in this band can do, and I just like, band full of electric guitarists. That's great. Why not? And he, as seems to be common again with our guys here, was a member of a band in middle school or high school, whenever it was. We were doing the band things back then too, so it's just like an ongoing thing for a lot of them. But also, I think was just like an athlete and did the swimming and all the things too, so it was more like a side project. So like all of them have this theme where they like have other stuff going on, but also music was always there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my favorite fact about him, I love it so much. His favorite band is Green Day.
Good.
And yeah, right.
Nah, end it there. That's the fact. That's great.
That's the podcast.
Perfect.
And the bassist of Green Day, I'm not going to use his name because I'm sure some of you guys don't know Green Day or the bassist's name. So the bassist in Green Day followed them on Instagram. And so,
yes.
So the fact that there's knowledge of that, I'm like, maybe one day collaboration, maybe manifesting.
That's because everyone in Green Day is fucking cool. Okay.
Everyone in Green Day.
That's why.
So good. Oh, I love them so much. And that's a whole other rabbit hole I could go down. Because also,
Green Day episode.
literally, yes. And I would be, because Green Day was like my favorite band as a kid for a long time, for various reasons. So like, it's a chord in my soul. But Green Day is also the reason that he wanted to like play guitar, and so that's like my favorite fact. And that they're like following that, like that it's kind of all come really full circle for him. Just like makes me so happy. I love it.
That is great. And if he's the one I'm thinking of, because I watched all these videos quickly in succession, with like
Yes.
literally not like minutes
blend.
after you sent them.
Yeah.
But if he's the one I'm thinking of, where he was trying to light a candle when it was
Yes, that
upside
is
down
him.
in the cake. So why does he look so perpetually lost?
Yes. So
He seems sweet. He seems sweet.
so sweet. He's so sweet. I love him. I do. Yeah, perpetually lost is a good. Perpetually lost is a great description there. I love him, but yeah. Just yeah. There's nothing else to be said. It's kind of like Yosang from ATEEZ, who always
yes.
seems brand new to Earth. It's
Yes.
it's a
1,000-yard
little
stare forever in
Yes.
those eyes, bro.
forever. Now he's not quite Yosang is his own level. You know what I mean? But
There's no one like him.
no one like him, and I love him for it. But he's got his own, like, that's the vibe, right?
Right, that's the vibe for sure.
That's the vibe. Yes, and I love him for it. Yeah, that clip of him trying to blow out the candle will forever. I stop and watch it every time I see it.
It killed me. I was like, that doesn't look like a wick. That really doesn't look like a wick. And then he flipped it over. I was like, oh, it's not.
It's not.
Bro.
Like, something seems wrong. Look down at the candle.
It looks immediately like something that I would do.
Yeah, I felt it in my soul, for sure. So we'll go back to Jungsu now, just because I almost started with him earlier. Sorry, we'll come back. Don't worry, love you. Jungsu is our keyboardist, and another of the original like big three vocalists. He is interesting because he's one of two members who initially trained to become an idol, but ended up in the band. And pause here, just because I want to get this out of the way now. I feel like I've seen a little bit of like, I don't think it still goes on, but just to get it out here and say, we're not saying anything about like they've ended up in the band and like, oh, this isn't what I wanted to do. No, the two members love being in the band. They love their bandmates. They are very happy where they are. So like, it's not second prize or anything. They love where they're at. It's just they initially joined as trainees to be an idol, right? Pause over. Back to there. Just had to get that out of the way. Yeah, it's an important asterisk. Yeah. You guys know we have those sometimes. So, he is keyboardist. He originally learned piano, though, like piano, and did that as a kid when, like, I'm talking like a kid, like, I don't know, 7 to 11 or whatever. I don't know what the ages were, but, like, young kid, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I saw, like, after watching, I don't know if it's like a drama or I don't know what it is because I've never heard of it, something called Dream High. I don't know, like, it made him want to become a singer, but I think originally the idea was maybe pianist or something else. Like, you know, piano was the realm, but then he ended up with different dreams and the singer, and then went down that's how we ended up in the idol road, and then now we're where we are here, right? He just angelic voice as well. He's got a very recognizable voice. For me, his tone is, I mean, they all do, don't get me wrong, but Jungsu's voice for me is very recognizable. Like, could pick
He
it out of
also,
whatever.
yeah, you really could. And he also just kind of gives like baby vibes.
Yes.
He's like a little baby
He is,
in the
and
best
I
way.
love him. Yeah, love him for it. I
He seems
also
soft, squishy,
he
small.
does.
I don't know.
I love because Jungsu and Gaon are like really good friends, and so you see them just together a lot. And I think to the point that they're like the like Lino Han ship of the group. You know what I mean? Like where even the other
Right.
group members tease them, they're like they're the ship.
Oh,
That the rest of the group also teases about. They're the ship, and I love that because just personality wise, it's like they're making it through, but like barely. You know what I mean? Like we're helping each other through, but we're like stumbling along as we do
they're
it.
sharing one brain cell. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. But I love it because it makes their moments just fantastic. So definitely for all of you out there who want to see some really funny clips, go kind of look up the core of the two of them together as friends. Hilarious. Let's see. Who do we want to go to next? Maybe I'll let you picking out who's next. Let's do Ode. We'll do Ode next.
Oh,
Who I don't want to say I have a bias in this group because it's I don't, and it's really hard for me to define between them because I just love them all. But Ode was definitely, I think initially, I don't even want to say favorite because I had a different love for him, right? Like that was my initial. Like you find the member that kind of like sucks you in, and then you end up down the rabbit hole. He was
right.
my grabbing point, and then I went down, and now we love everybody. That's how
Right.
that
There's
works.
always one that stands out.
Always one, and they
Yeah,
just bring you into the rest. Yeah,
exactly.
he was mine. He is interesting to me because so he's like rapper, vocalist, like he does some things, right? But like he's the synthesizer in the group. And even like his vocals and I guess the raps, I don't even know if rapper is like maybe the appropriate way to do it because there's not like rap most of the time, you know, like what they do rock band stuff.
Right.
So that's but he fits more of that like talking-ish vibe. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
but it's interesting to me because Ode is the other member who trained to become an idol. So like
Oh,
he's got pipes. My man can sing. My man can
he
dance.
chooses.
Like,
It's
he can do
because
the
his
things.
singing is so powerful
Right.
that if he were to unleash it, it would wreck all of our eardrums. So
Exactly.
he chooses to spare us by speaking. Love it. Thank
Exactly.
you, Ode.
He's having mercy on us all
Thank you.
by keeping it to himself. But it cracks me up every time because it's like like people like when I see videos like oh vocals are like underappreciated or whatever, I'm like, you guys know he like trained to be an idol, and not just he trained to be an idol, he trained for the longest amount of time in the group. He was a trainee for 3 years, right? Like he knows how to do all the things. Like he can do it. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. And he's got some pipes and he's got energy. Like in doing research for this, I didn't know it before, but I found out I guess he's really good at endurance sports, which like flipped something in my head because I had an immediate flashback to the concert of his energy. Like he was just like running around, like he was living his best life, he was doing things, he was like the hootin' and hollerin' vibe is what he does at the concert. He's living best life. He's got a whole like megaphone for one of the songs. It's great. But it like I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. But quick backpedal. Actually, I'll come back to it in a second. because we've been talking about some of the groups and things and bands that some of the people like, I'll throw out here. He likes Stray Kids and Day 6, which cracked me up because I was like, oh, the other JYP people.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay.
Inner promotions. Woo!
I was like, oh, it's like, really? Those are your picks? Like, don't get me wrong, excellent picks, but like,
But like,
really?
Brett,
It just made
know
me
why
laugh.
you're here.
It's like, we know why you ended up where you ended up.
You know what? Dream come true. That's totally based. Good for you.
Literally. So now we'll backpedal real quick. So he passed his JYP audition in 2018, right? Prior to doing that, though, so we found out, right, most of these guys have had some other dreams or just thoughts of what we wanted to do with our life, right, prior to ending up in a rock band. Ode's initial choice, I found out, and again, take this part with a grain of salt because you find out what you find out on the internet, who knows. He thought of becoming a model initially, just for like his visuals.
Oh.
And I was like, which, don't get me wrong, visuals 10 out of 10. I love him. But I was
He's
like,
very handsome.
We've almost robbed the world entirely
Frankly, for some flashy photos.
for some photos. And it hurt my heart. It's like, and then just to kind of go back with like Jungsu and Ode also, this is more of a fact about the both of them. So again, keep in mind, both trained to be idols, right? So vocals are there. Dancing skills are also there, right? They can dance. They're actually quite good at it, right? The rest of the group is not. The rest of the group did not train to do those things. And I think probably when you're in one of the companies, I would imagine they do like some training, just baseline. But like, obviously we're not putting our instruments down in the middle of the set to like break out and dance. So not really a big deal for
Though
them.
that would be hilarious.
It would be great, and I think they should at some point for one song, just because. But they don't. Maybe one day when they do their collaboration with Green Day. It'll be great. So just keep that in your mind, right? Now, when they do like the events and stuff, sometimes where like they're doing things with like all the groups in the company or stuff like that, right? They'll sometimes do things like, if you guys have seen those videos where like they're at events with all the groups or whatever, and they sometimes do have like dances to their songs or whatever, or just like general stuff. So anytime they're dancing specifically as a group, the rest of the group does whatever they want to do, and Jungsu and Ode, who can dance, choose not to and just do the most absurd things as well and just match the rest of the group. And it cracks me up every time, but like it warms my soul because they're just there having a good time with their people. I just love it.
That's the best part.
Yeah, like we could come up in the front and try and like walk them through the things. No, we don't do that. We all just, again, unhinged. And they just lean right into it every time. And I love it. But if you guys want to see, there are clips all over TikTok of them actually dancing. They do the thing sometimes. So if you do want to see it, go right on over. Since we've already kind of given up on going down by age, let's go ahead and do Juyeon.
Right.
Let's go ahead and do him, who is technically the maknae, as the word is. He's technically the youngest, but we're gonna cycle back to Junon in a minute, and you'll figure out why. He plays bass, he's a bassist, and he is another of the vocalists. He is probably one of my top 3 favorite vocalists in the world. he's high up there. I love his voice for a variety of reasons. I'll get into that in a second. I want to start with just he's very much the most energetic man I've ever seen. Like people talk about like the golden retriever boyfriend, you know what I mean? Like that vibe. He gives me husky energy. Like
That's very accurate.
always
That's
loud
very
and screaming and running all over. Like he gives me husky.
And see, I had the thought when I was, because the clip that you sent me, or well, the clips technically, but the video you sent me, I was like, dude, what? Cálmese. And then it got to a point where he was shoveling in the biggest bites of cake I've ever seen.
Yep.
And I was like, so
Yeah.
you have to shovel in all that cake so you can scream. Understood. Kind of like
Yeah.
a toddler. I get it.
He is, yes, very much so. And he is beloved for it. They all dote on him for sure. But with that energy, he is the one in the group who just feel like he was born to be in a rock band, like specifically in that genre, without a doubt. He is living his best life, just doing what he loves to do. Without a doubt, he is exactly where he was meant to be. He just could not have been a more perfect choice if they tried, and they did because they got this whole group of people together. But that's just
They
how
did a
I
good
feel
job.
about it. They
Apparently,
really
they did a great job.
did. Just saying. Sometimes, look, not sometimes. For the most part, JYP can really put together a group or a band. Is all.
Yeah.
They really hit
They
it.
can.
Yeah. Now, as most of this group, he played guitar and did the vocals in the middle high school band thing or whatever it was. He did all the things. And changed to bass, I think only after he got the offer from JYP. They were like, yo, we'll take you, but change to bass. And so then he started learning bass when he was getting
Dang. Okay.
which is really impressive to me because like that means he's not been playing bass for very long in the grand scheme of things when you're comparing him to the other members. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just does an excellent job of it. So
That's some dedication to just be like, oh yeah, you'll take me if I learn this instrument. Okay, I'm gonna go learn it then now.
yeah, like okay,
Thank
bet,
you.
sure.
Bye.
And like to not even like to be like, you know what? Yeah. Like, okay. What? So yeah. I also saw somewhere, and this also kind of checks out to me. I don't know if it's necessarily true or not. Again, take with grain of salt. It's the internet, guys. But that he doesn't, like, he sets his alarm, but he doesn't wake up. But, like, he just, I don't even know if he hits the snooze button or if he just turns it off entirely and goes back to sleep. And so, like, Ode was the one who woke him up, I feel like I saw somewhere. But if it wasn't Ode, it was a member was the one who had to wake him up in the morning. And that just checked out to me. It's like somebody's got to wake the toddler up and get them dressed and ready for school. I was like,
It
yes,
could not be more accurate.
this
Yes.
makes sense. I get it. Yes. Like I wasn't shocked to see it in the least. I was like, yeah, okay. And again, I think it came from Ode, that he's one who's just like not, again, going back to, I think, just born to be like, this is where he was meant to be. He's not at all nervous to perform on stage. But I think if you're anyone who's performed in whatever, medium, from just like theater to music to whatever, right? Generally speaking, even if you're comfortable up there and you like get into it, there is still that like nervousness before you get out there and get like ready to go. For most people, he's one of those
Right.
people who just doesn't have that, and like that's just where he's comfortable being. He's just very comfortable on stage, and it shows. But also fun facts with him, because I'm sure none of us are surprised to find out that he likes games. As a matter of fact, I think everyone in the group, barring, I want to say, Jungsu maybe. Yeah, it's Jungsu. Everyone plays games except for Jungsu. Potentially, I don't know if that's changed or not. Again, internet, take that with an asterisk, grain of salt, whatever. Juyeon, I think unsurprisingly, both of these picks make sense to me. Like Pokemon Go and League of Legends.
That tracks.
Right. Made sense. I was like, yep, sure.
League,
I get it.
Yep, sure. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go, yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
I love that for you. I mean, look, if you're going to be running around like that anyways, you might as well.
You might as well.
as well.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. And because for most of them, I've given some band picks, are you ready for his?
Oh, God, probably not.
I don't think you are.
Okay.
These are the two that actually did shock me a little bit. Number one was Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
Which, fine. Nothing wrong with Imagine Dragons.
I can see that.
Like, it made sense to me.
That tracks.
Number two. This one makes me laugh. Number two is 5 Seconds of Summer.
That I want to laugh, right? I want to.
But it makes
right?
sense.
But it makes total sense.
That's why I laugh. That's why it tickles me every time. Because it makes sense
Also,
to me.
Based. Though I will say, I don't really like their new stuff that they've come out with.
Are they still making stuff?
They are still making stuff, and it's
5 Seconds
and
of
I don't
Summer
know.
episode.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's just that I've aged out of them,
Right.
or maybe
Right.
they've. I don't know. I don't
Something.
know. But something. But I remember being on the bus listening to 5 Seconds of Summer pretty religiously. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, I know he's technically the youngest, which makes him a little younger than us, but like, I think age-wise, also, all of these picks really make sense, right? Like, it all,
fair.
they all check out pretty well to me, especially given, like, I think Gunil is the only 90s kid, and I don't think he's, I think he's about our age, probably maybe like a year or two less or something. So like Muse being his choice as a kid, like I was like, yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah, yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? So the other picks, like Imagine Dragons, I was like, yeah, all of these things make sense to me. Green Day checks out, absolutely, sure. It's like I get it. Last fun fact with him. This one cracks me up also. He's very good friends with Hyunin Kai from Tomorrow by Together.
Oh,
Like,
I can see it.
yes. Entirely unshocking. I remember seeing an interview with Tomorrow by Together where I think the question to Hyunin Kai was like who his last phone call was. As he was answering the question and looking at his phone, he got a call from Juyeon,
Oh,
who was also his last phone call. So it was like both his last phone call and he was currently receiving a phone call. And apparently they talk all the time. And you can see, like, there are videos, especially I think nowadays, there's more of them, where like they'll just be like Tomorrow by Together, it's like hanging out, and then Juyeon's in the background like waiting. He's just hanging out there.
That's my best
around.
friend.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I love that. So that brings us to last but not least, Junhan. There is a reason I have saved him for last, but we'll get into that in a minute. Real quick, I'm going to try to be real quick about it. We're just going to go through some facts about him. Starting with, he is the guitarist. He plays the electric guitar. And he is most definitely the, I think, biggest introvert of the group. Now, don't get me wrong. You put an introvert in a group with all the extroverts, they also hit the same energy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
while our social battery is going, they hit the same level of energy. So he is also just as unhinged as the rest of them, but he's definitely the most reserved. Like, it took him, from what I recall, a while to kind of get comfortable and open up and do more with the fans and things. But he's definitely just more like the quiet type. Which, fine, nothing wrong with that. You know, I love that.
Can relate.
Yes. I brought that up for a reason. Oh, because he initially wanted to be behind the scenes originally, is what I discovered. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Like,
Oh.
I see. Like, when, even last year when I was at the concert, his position, like if you're facing the stage, right, and you're looking at the stage, he's sort of in the like far back left. Like, he was like in the back left. And the entirety of the time, not the whole time, but like most of the whole time, he was just back there doing his thing. Like, he just chills and he is just focused on his guitar and just, he's doing his own thing. Like, you can tell he's just,
Yeah, that's something I noticed when I saw the My Chemical Romance cover performance, where he was fucking shredding
yes.
back there in the
Oh,
back
he's
left. I
so
was
good.
like, buddy.
Yes.
And then at the end, I honestly, because of like, I guess where the camera was and stuff, I wasn't 100% certain if they were all turned around looking at him, but it made me feel like they were all turned around looking at him while he was just shredding the fuck out of the guitar at the very end of the song. And I
Yes.
was like, whoa!
And they do
He's so
sometimes.
cool.
Yes, because when he does get his solos, because everything stops and you're just looking at him. Because I mean, he can wail on a guitar. I mean, he's so good. I mean, as far as guitarists go, for me, one of my favorites, again, just because it's one of my favorite groups, so of course he would be. But just like, he's genuinely really talented on the guitar, right? Like, it just is what it is. And I think as of like 2024, I'm sure the stats are different now, but like last I checked at that point, right? He had like 7 or something different types of like electric guitars. Like, this is his world, right? Like, these are the things he's doing. He's got the different ones and he uses them all. Like, he owns and uses all of them. They're not for show.
Right.
And he also was like, he was like, I think he was like, he liked the comic books, he like did like the model kits, like he was doing, the cooking for the group and stuff like that. Like, that's just his sort of personality, is just like nice, quiet, chill vibes, right? His band that I found is called Wolf Alice, and it's not one that I knew. I hadn't heard that about him before, but so I added that to my list to go check out because I didn't know them.
I got you.
I don't know exactly what the genre is or anything. If any of you guys know or have any interesting facts about them, let us know.
I only know one song by them, and I know that they're English. That is all that I
I think
know.
that's all yeah. I was like, that was kind of, like, I couldn't tell you genre or anything. I think I knew, like, English, but I was like, I got nothing else. Like,
From the
literally
one song I know
nothing
from
else.
them, they sound great.
Well,
I
that's good.
just, it's one of those bands like I heard
Yeah.
one time. I was like, y'all are cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go listen to you more.
And then you don't.
And then forgot.
Yeah.
Same for this band.
Same for the thing. Yeah. That checks out.
So,
It's fair. So yeah, that was him. And same thing again, like with Gunil and stuff, like, was one of the originals who didn't do so much, but like has since opened up and is doing more of the vocals and things. So now everyone has a hand with vocals in certain things, like more so than they used to. So they're kind of all involved. Now, I'm going to get into the songs and stuff in a second, and I'm going to do those pretty quickly. But I saved Junhan for last because the entire group, there's been only one controversy in the entirety of their history that I've ever seen.
Oh
And
no.
it wasn't a group thing, it was a Junhan thing specifically. And I'm not gonna do too much talking about it, but I do feel like it needs to be mentioned and just sort of brought out and said, just because it's the only one. But I'm not gonna go too deep into it just because. Just because. What happened essentially was, and I'm again not doing too much digging here. If you guys really do want to see all the things and do all the digging, Google, TikTok, you'll be able to find what you need. Instagram, you'll be able to see all the things if you want to see it all with your own two eyes. Essentially, what happened, the way I understood it when it happened, and now doing a little bit of look back to tell you guys about it. It was on Bubble, which Bubble seems to be like a question mark. I feel like a lot of things happen on Bubble. Maybe they need to leave it be, but that's neither here nor there. But a fan had asked a question about like genetic amplification research. So already we're off to an iffy start, right? Because Bubble's not the place to be talking about that. Asking your idol, who, mind you guys, Junon has not like attended or graduated from college as far as I know, or if he did attend, he didn't graduate. So like we don't have extensive research into any of these things, right? Like this is not an area of expertise for this man. So asking this question, kind of a weird place to be in the first place, right? Maybe don't do that.
Maybe ask a professional.
Right. Like, yes, if that's a question that you want to have, I promise you there are plenty of professionals who would love to talk to you about it, but whatever. And his responses to it, which read to me more like diarrhea of the mouth, like he just started saying things and kept saying things and went down like a train of thought deal, which if you guys have ever done that before, you know it's usually not a good idea to say out loud. Like if you just don't know anything about a subject and you just start talking, that can end up in bad. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's like the dumbest thing you can possibly do. Just say, "Ooh, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know enough about that. Maybe I need to look into it." Okay, cool. Bye.
Just like that's an interesting topic. I should go learn more and leave it at that. Don't do the just start talking about things. And the only reason it read like that to me is just because it seemed like he had some questions as he was talking, and he was like making comments, but then he was like questions like, "Oh, is that possible?" or like, "Oh, but there's ethical thing." Anyways, it doesn't matter. You guys go read the comments. You see how you feel about it. I'm not saying anything one way or the other. I don't know this man. But his comments, questions, verbal diarrhea, whatever you want to say about it, definitely, without a doubt, leaned more into what is essentially eugenics, right? Because we're talking about like what are the
Genetics
good,
and all that.
genes and like, and that's, as we all can tell you, that's not a good way to go. But
Sydney Sweeney style conversations.
correct, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Never do that.
You're weird for that. Stop.
And for those of you who don't know what eugenics are, because I don't think he knew what they were either, which again, if you don't know, don't say shit about it. I don't think he knew what they were either, but for those of you who don't know what they are, please go research it. It's very bad. It's very bad. It's pseudoscience for a reason. And that's not a discussion for the podcast, so I'm not going to tell you guys, but just go do some Googling. I promise you there is tons and tons of stuff about it that you'll be able to find. What then happened, of course, because eugenics is lots of backlash, which, appropriate. When your artist, even if it's when you love, does a thing that's not good, call it out, right? Like, if it's a careless remark, if they don't know and they're clearly spouting stuff off, call it out. That's the appropriate way to go. We don't defend even the people that we like, because two things can be true, right? You can really love someone, and I'm not talking about idols, I'm talking about even people in your daily life. You can love someone, and they can also, like, say or do dumb things from either a place of ignorance or a false belief or like what, like there are all kinds of ways for things to happen, right? So call it out always. The only thing I will say about it is the way he was called out leaned more onto like the death threat side of things.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
That's bad. That's not a helpful conversation that we're having.
That is not a helpful conversation.
Death threats and kind of a crime, at least a crime here. Stop it.
That's right. And here's the deal, right? Because it is a serious thing. So like, yes, call that out. And I was glad to see that it was called out and that he seemed to take it seriously in terms of like, he issued multiple apologies, including a handwritten one. And he took accountability specifically for what he did and that it was coming from this like biased place or like this place of ignorance and that he didn't know what he was talking about and like he needed to do research and things. And so that alone feels like it comes from a more genuine place to me, just because a lot of the times you see apology letters and there's not accountability.
No, it's like PR statements.
Right.
The actual person didn't even put it out themselves. It was the team.
Now, again, this is the only controversy that they've ever had, and so that lends itself to me just enough to say, like, okay, I'm taking into consideration your apology, and now I'm watching you like a hawk to see if the taking accountability and things is serious, right? Because even if you've taken accountability, like, you don't know, right? Like, I don't know this man from Adam, so, like, we just gotta watch and see what happens from there, because first from anybody in the group. Now, not everybody felt that way, and totally understandable because of the subject matter, right? Like, I get it. You can't tell people how to feel about that sort of thing, and you shouldn't tell people how to feel about that for a variety of reasons. Not gonna get into that. So that's the sort of backlash on them with that. That being said, I'm gonna put that to the side. Had to mention that's the only controversy in the 5 years now that they've been running, so since 2021. That's the only thing there is, and so far since then, still nothing. So hopefully we're actually learning. Only time will tell.
It's a good sign for sure.
It's a good sign. And that's about all I can say on that. So I'm going to put that pin off to the side for now and bring up a few things with the songs. Just for those of you guys who have maybe not seen anything from them song-wise or don't know where to start because they have been around for a while, there's a pretty big discography. So I'm just going to talk about a few things and give you a few maybe places you might want to start. Starting with Dreaming Girl, which was a song written by kind of all of the members and Hong Ji-sung. The members do a lot of their own, they all contribute to the writing, composing, and producing, which I think is very reflected in the music when you hear it. This particular song I really love and was one of the ones that kind of got me in the beginning because, they wrote a song for the girls. They just did. And they initially had, I think, talked about using this more, neutral, gender neutral sort of approach to it. But they were like, no, this sounds prettier, but also, this is the vibe we're going for, and so it's for the girl. And it's essentially telling the story about, a girl who's taking steps towards her dream future or whatever, but is just feeling really fallen and broken and hurt and just small, which I think a lot of us we can relate to that, whether you're a woman or not, or non-binary or what. I think that's a feeling a lot of people can relate to, but especially as a woman, maybe, and like it's a different sort of feeling just because patriarchy. Not going down that road,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
and so it's just a song about consolation for this type of girl. Essentially, it's just consoling, and it's presenting this hope that you'll feel less anxious. Not like telling you how to feel or like it will be better or like it's just this hope that you'll feel less anxious. And I think that's a really unique take on that sort of vibe. Like presenting it in such a way, especially coming from a rock band with a bunch of dudes in it, stands out. you know so I really like the song because of that, and it's a big it's just a big one. Fans really do love it. Another good one is Good Enough, which actually, from what I understand about the song, started from like a poem that Gunil wrote like back in college, right? So like again, all of their contributions come from all over, and you can hear it because they're pulling from even way back. And it's this song about like, I don't know if he got broken up with or whatever, if it was just like the idea that he was like wondering what would happen like if you felt this way or whatever. But it is just this song about heartbreak. And Gunil actually did read the poem on a guest appearance with like Idol Radio, and Day 6's I think Young K, who also helped like write the song. So if you guys do want to hear the poem, I think it's out there somewhere. Let's see. I'll come back to that one. Freakin' Bad is another really popular one. Has a really well-known moment. I showed you the clip of this one earlier with Chan, where he's listening to it, and they do the "If You Seek It, YOU," which, you guys listen to the song, sounds like some other stuff with the cursing, right? And it went kind of viral because Chan was listening to it. Bang Chan from Stray Kids was listening to it and had like a moment of panic while listening to it. Followed immediately by just despair that he didn't think of it first, and then trying to find a way to do it because he really liked the wordplay.
Because the first thing that came into my mind too was "If You Seek Amy" by Britney Spears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that too.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what Jen thought when he heard it.
He should have. It's so close.
It should have. It low key though, I get it. Yeah, I hear it. But it's also interesting though, because he, like I said, he had this moment of despair, like, oh man, they beat me to it. But he also did then later do in the Stray Kids songs, he did it in Giant with the do re mi fucking giant scale or whatever he did.
Yeah.
So it came back around. So that's kind of like, because people, when it happened, were making the videos about it. Like, oh, watch, he's going to come out with a song and he's going to do it. And then it wasn't until like, 2 or 3 years later. And then he finally dropped the song. He was like,
good job.
Just when they've forgotten about that I said it, then I'll drop it.
He's got to keep us on our toes.
He does.
That's why.
Well, also, he's got to have just a backlog of songs. Like, I know he's just got, like, he writes them like 3 years in advance, and then we don't get them later because it's just backlogged. I know it.
I think he has like a secret, like, chain.
Yeah.
That just has like 50 USBs hanging off of it.
Literally.
And they're all filled to the brim with songs.
I know he's got just a singular laptop that is just nothing but music. Like, he can't do anything else with it except for music.
At this point, he's had to got like 3.
At least. He's got like one of those, like somebody's custom built him a PC somewhere.
He's got like 40 external hard drives.
Literally. It's just that like stereotypical like security guard wall of like 50 monitors. But another one of the songs, Strawberry Cake, I feel like that's probably one of the most well-known songs. It's just really popular. Excellent song, great place to start. It's got a fun meaning and translation if you guys go translate it. But again, also popular back in the day when Chan still did Channy's Room. He listened to it there and liked it a lot, and so had to listen to it several times since, I think. So, like, people knew it from that as well. And also kind of like was, I think, a nice little way to for him to promote his juniors,
Yeah.
you know, and give them the recognition. So that was sweet. And then Instead, which is one of my favorite songs, which, as you may recall, if you listen to this one, is the one with the very big, not very big. I mean, they had there was some screams happening. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. I love this one for a couple of reasons. I'll get into it in just a second, but this song is a collaboration that they did, right? They had the one who in the recording is doing the screams is Yoon Do Hyun. He obviously is not going on tour with them, but this is a very popular song, so they do perform it on tour. Got to hear it live, right? Unshockingly, Ju-yeon took it upon himself to do the screams for the tour, right? Like, he decided, I'm gonna do it. So of course he had no like training, like I did. Like, he liked Imagine Dragons and 5 Seconds of Summer, right? Like, this was not in his wheelhouse already. He just decided, I love this, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be me.
He did it so well.
And he did it so well. He really did apply himself to doing it, and watching the progression of it, because I did send you the video of like the one scream he did in one take. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that is a more recent occurrence, right?
Right.
Originally, it didn't sound quite like that. But
I'd imagine that would take some practice.
right. But not as much as you would think. Like, seeing the progression has been really awesome. But I was really shocked hearing it the first couple times when he took it over, because it did sound really good. And this is coming from somebody who I've heard my fair share of screams in a song back in the day, right? Like, I know what I'm listening to well enough to know how he sounds. It sounded pretty good, but he's definitely progressed and it's been really cool. But that aside, I'm going to do the quickest of tangents, and this is going to be where I leave it. But I just want to do a quick little plug here with this song, because Yoon Do Hyun, I went down a slight rabbit hole about this man, because what I knew of him when I first heard Instead was like, they've got this song out and they've done it with this guy who is like one of the, like, you know, fathers of like this metal scene in Korea, South Korea, right? And like, that's kind of all I knew about him. I didn't know anything. And so in doing research, I decided, well, I'm finally going to go down the rabbit hole, because I know like bare minimum about him, right? That song came out, oh no, I don't have my, 1 second. I don't have it in my notes. I thought I did. I didn't type it down, guys. 1 second. It came out in 2024. Okay. Now I'm sure they like obviously did the recording and stuff for it earlier, right? Like, but the song itself Instead was released in October of 2024. Context. The man who did the screams, right, for the original song, he's 54 this year. So 2 years ago, track it back, he was 52 doing that. And that's what he sounded like, right? Maybe 51 or so, like, depending on when it was recorded and all the things.
Right.
Now, so keeping age in context already, he had, prior to doing this, a 3-year battle with cancer starting in like 2021. So we've just come off of COVID and cancer. We're in our 50s, and that's what we put out.
Dang.
And I was astounded because, wow, like I didn't have a singular idea listening to it that anything would have been even slightly amiss. Like I didn't even think about context wise, like, oh, well, we've just gone through COVID with these groups and like, with not these groups, with this, with the industry and everything, right? And now people are
Right.
getting back into doing things. So he's had cancer, and you go through the treatment for this, right? Like it wasn't, we had treatment
Right.
in our 50s after COVID and doing all the things. And who knows? Like, I mean, he may have had COVID during that time as well. I don't know. So, like, just for your voice to be able to still do that under those circumstances, crazy.
It's very impressive.
Right.
And especially the amount of strain even that doing that from the get-go causes, even naturally, just especially with age over time.
Exactly. Well, and so having learned that bit of information, because I was looking for some other stuff for the song, and stumbled upon all of that, right? So I started doing a little bit more information on him because I was like, wow, he did all of this. Like, what's his background? Well, indulge me on the miniest of deep dives, if you will, please, because what I found out, he and his band, because he's a band, right? Is called like, it was originally a longer name, but it's shortened to like just YB, but it's like the YB Yundohyun or whatever. He's been in the industry for 30 plus years, right? Doing that for 30 some years with your voice and still sounding that way after all of those things is astounding to me. Like, I almost wouldn't believe it would be possible.
Like most of the time, those people will sound like by the time they're 50, they'll sound like they've been
Trash.
smoking for
Yeah.
their entire life, which some of them have as well.
Well, yes. Well,
There tends to be
several
a
things.
crossover there.
Yeah. See?
But yeah,
Yeah, and it's insane. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. Let me go back into it and like let me keep going. His band, right, was also the first South Korean band to perform in North Korea back in 2002.
ooh,
Like, putting that into context, I was like going back and I was like thinking about my age and I was like context of at the time in 2000, I was like, wow, that's crazy. And for it to be like a metal band, I was
that's very interesting.
very interesting. Very interesting.
Like when it was Red Velvet, it was like, okay, I kind of understand. I can understand, right?
I get it? Yeah. No.
A metal band
In 2002. Not
in
even
2002.
I was like, what? And that was North Korea's choice. The first South Korean band to come in was the metal band. And at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas, in 2007, first Korean band. I was like, really?
That's surprising for it to be Texas. I would have thought maybe like LA.
I would have to. The metal band.
Texas is wild.
Texas is a place. But now it was also Austin, Texas, so like I can get it
That's
with
fair.
Austin. Like sure, it's more understandable, but nonetheless impressive, especially for it to be way back in 2007. Again,
Right.
just because context back then, you weren't hearing about the South Korean metal bands. You were still hearing about, some of the like older gens of K-pop groups, not the metal bands. Like, if you didn't know,
You were
didn't
barely
know.
even hearing about them.
Exactly, especially in the South, in America. It just wasn't as big. And so that was crazy. So kept going, did some more digging. My man's also starred in some stage musicals, such as Jesus Christ Superstar.
No.
I kid you not. And not have been
Amazing.
more thrilled to hear
I've never been more impressed by another human being in my life.
literally. Like, I was going down this rabbit hole, and I was like, I almost don't even want to bring any of it up because I just want to do an episode on this. But I had to
That's
bring it
it.
up. I had to bring
That's
it
the
up.
next episode.
Well, I'm not quite done yet because he also starred in dramas. So like,
Ooh.
there's nothing the man has not done.
Nothing he won't do.
He's like, they put something on front of him, and he's like, you know what? Yes,
Sure.
sure. I'll say yes to anything once. And then keeps doing it. Like he starred in multiple musicals. He was in multiple dramas. Like he's been around and has been doing things. Also, in his 50s, looks great. He's married. He's doing the things. He's free of the cancer. Like, he's doing great. And last year in 2025, after all of that, he returned to metal, I think, during his treatment. Because, of course, I don't know when exactly, like, the recording and process of everything for Instead occurred and, like, in what order and things. But after all of that and going through, I think, everything, he just sort of rediscovered his love for the metal and so decided to return to music in 2025. And so dropped, I think it was like an album of like 6 songs or something, and did another collaboration with Xdinary and did the song Rebellion, which is also one of my favorites. And I didn't realize, like I knew, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I was like doing the research, that I was like, oh, dummy, it's the same person as Instead. Like I knew, but I didn't know, because it was like it was just a song that I saw they had like been featured on and stuff, and so like I didn't put the name together in my head because it was just YB, and not the Yoo Do-hyun, and like on Instead it's like Instead featuring YB Yoon Do-hyun, and like has the whole full name. It doesn't do that with Rebellion. It's just YB's song. So like it didn't click in my head that it was the same. But after I heard, I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
That tracks.
So yeah, he is one of the, I think, like most prominent figures of I'm guessing like just South Korean rock in general, and so he's just a fascinating man, and I had to bring him up here at the end. But otherwise, I think that's everything.
Well, that was a very enjoyable and informative yap sesh. I love it.
Well, hopefully you guys took something interesting from it and were inspired to go and check out their music. They're all very talented, so definitely, if you heard a fact you liked, go look, go do more.
And even if you didn't, go look anyway. Because I said so. I mean, I asked nicely, please.
No, go do it. I'm demanding. But just, especially if you guys back in the day loved you some Green Day, I'm just saying, give it a try. You might like it.
You might. You never know.
You never know. Give it a try. We could all stand like once a week, go listen to a new genre. So if the rock is not your genre, give it a try this week.
Yeah.
Or the synth pop. Branch out. Try something
Gets
new.
into something new. Yes.
All right.
But I guess that takes us to the end here then.
I think it does, yes. Come back next week. I'll stop yapping at you, I promise.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. But thank you, everybody, for listening. Follow us on our socials, Instagrams, the TikToks, all the things. Yes. Podcast every Friday. Wherever you get, hopefully wherever you get your podcasts, unless you get them off of like Daily Motion or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not on that.
Something weird that doesn't host podcasts. Yeah,
we're free.
We might not be there.
You can listen to us for free, guys. It's fine. Don't
exactly. And then also on Wednesdays on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do stream. We stream a variety of things. We just finished up a nice little game demo. I'm not sure what we're doing this upcoming week,
I don't know
but
yet. Well,
we will figure it out.
it's going to be a surprise. Come find out with us.
A surprise.
Yeah.
But yes, join us 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube, Wednesday. Okay,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right,
Not
and
hump day,
thank
'cause
you,
that's stupid.
everybody.
Sorry.
But thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe,
Comment.
like,
Tell us what your favorite
comment.
songs are.
Yes, engage with us. Give us ideas for other stuff that you would like to see us dig into or talk about.
We like a recommendation, guys. It's our favorite thing.
Love it. Especially because we only have one brain cell between us. We can't keep coming up with all the ideas.
Look, it's half a brain cell at this point. Realistically.
Feed us.
We
We're hanging
are
on by a thread.
and gone. We're getting there. It's fine. All right. But we'll see you next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.